Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett. Guess you didn't know that with the mask. It's Laydown Tuesday, and one of my very favorite books of all times, Moby Dick, was not published today. Now there are people who want to take on something like Moby Dick during the pandemic. My neighbor Bruce Doby borrowed my copy and read it, loved it. It is one of my very favorite books, but maybe you don't have Moby Dick kind of concentration. If that's the case, I recommend Whale Days by one of my very favorite poets and favorite people, Billy Collins. Nashville loves Billy Collins. This book is just out and none of the poems in it have been published before. So if you're the biggest Billy Collins completist, this is all going to be new to you. Enjoy it. Here's Kat.
All right, we've got a nice big stack today, so let's dive in. Out in paperback today, we have the Topeka School by Ben Lerner, Over the Top by the lovely Jonathan Van Ness, and Furious Hours by Casey Sept. If anyone missed this in hardcover, it's such a great story about Harper Lee, a true crime novel or not novel, it was a true story that she was trying to write, and how she never finished it, and what her life was like after To Kill a Mockingbird. It's so fabulous. And we could not be more thrilled to have Jack by Marilynne Robinson come out today. We do have some signed copies. This is another novel in her Gilead series featuring Jack, who we all know from her other books, the prodigal son who's just kind of wayward, and a romance that he gets involved in with a young black high school teacher named Nella, and how their romance doesn't really work out in the time that they're in and given who Jack is. It's such a fabulous, thoughtful novel. And Trumpty Dumpty, Wanted a Crown by the fabulous John Lithgow. This is a follow-up to his previous book, Dumpty, and I think we know who it's about. A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. We all loved her previous book, Spinning Silver and Uprooted, and this is such a great book. It's a new series about a magical school. The main character is a sorcerer just entering the school, and as you can tell from the title, it might not be the most comforting learning environment, and it might have some dangers involved. His Very Best, Jimmy Carter, A Life by Jonathan Alter. This is the first full biography of Jimmy Carter's life, not just his White House years. Jimmy Carter is such a fascinating person, and a really fantastic person to look up to, so dive into this one. Bestiary by Kaiming Chang. This is a debut novel about a multi-generational Taiwanese family that comes to the U.S. It has elements of magical realism rooted in Chinese folklore and wonderful lyrical, poetic language. And Bill Clegg, The End of the Day. This cast of kind of discordant characters all get brought together by the revealing of a decades-old secret. And we've got signed copies of Nick Hornby's Just Like You. A woman gets married to the man that she thinks that she should probably be with, but after having a couple kids and years of marriage, she realizes that she's really not that happy. So they end up getting divorced, and she somehow falls in love with a younger man who seems to be her opposite in every way. And it's a story about how opposites attract. Now we've got Rayanne with Kids in YA.
Hi everybody, we have a lot of new picture books today. I want to show you just a few. This is Unicorns Are the Worst by Alex Willan. Unicorns are the worst, according to goblins who use their magic to work instead of make rainbows like unicorns. Misty Copeland has a new picture book today, Bunheads. It's illustrated by Sator Fiadzigby. We have a few signed copies by Misty. This is the book about her first ballet class and how she fell in love with ballet. Becoming a Good Creature by Cy Montgomery and Rebecca Green. This is the kids' version of the adult award-winning book, and it's all about animals and what we can learn from them. Today in board books, Follow Your Dreams, Little One by Vashti Harrison. What's Up, Fire Truck by Matthew Reinhardt, art by Toby Lee. This pulls out and turns into a 3D fire truck. In middle grade, by Lois Lowry, we have The Willoughbys Return. This is a sequel to The Willoughbys 30 years later, and what happens to the candy company family when they find out that selling candy is outlawed. The Campaign by Layla Sales, illustrated by Kim Balakute. This is about a girl who's not happy with the mayor of her town's platform and decides to become the campaign manager for her babysitter. Today, in Paperback by the fabulous Nashvilleian Ruta Sepetys, her YA novel Fountains of Silence is out. We have signed copies. By another fabulous YA author, Nic Stone, her Jackpot book is out in Paperback today, and her new book, Dear Justice. This is the sequel to Dear Martin, about Justice, who was writing letters to Dr. King and Dear Martin. Now he's a Yale student and on the recipient end of letters from an old friend who is incarcerated. Thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to shop local.